Hey, how's it going? So today we're going to be looking at some Overload today, specifically Plat 3 gameplay. And what I've heard from him is in the past, he's been D3, he's been Crim before a few years ago, but Overload is a game mode he's really struggled with. He has a point 0.6 win-loss in it, so clearly there's issues within this game mode that he's not understanding. So we're going to take a look at the Scar Overload. He's told me it's a decent game, so it should be some good gameplay in a mix of some issues, so we'll see what's going on.
Overload. Transport the overload device into hostile zones. We have the overload device.
Immediately right up the center. Nice. Yeah, so we almost get a cap right away. No inherent issues with anything that happened here. We're going to rewind back just a little bit. So we drop 2 immediately, and we decide to just push right through. I don't hate this. We did get lucky with the fact that there's no one sitting top blue. Obviously a very common spot that you'll see someone be sitting. So we get lucky with this push. They just ran flank routes and they got caught.
We have the overload device.
Only issue is it looks like just a bit of a mechanical problem. We jump on this truck once, and then instead of grabbing the ball there, we jump on it again. That's just where we might have got a little lost. We might have accidentally clicked X, something of the sort. Hopping on the truck wasn't the right play, only because we have to mantle this, and it doesn't give us a good vantage point to watch the back or the window where they're likely going to be. Uh, what I would have done is probably grab the ball, even if I was weak. I just want to get it closer, even if I die. If we are gonna watch the back, which it looks like your plan was here, it's much better if you either slid left or slid right, just around the truck. Use the truck as cover, so you can engage these on your terms. The second you jump up here, you're forced to just take this gunfight, and you're wide open. There's gonna be multiple here, so we just want to play around the cover when we can. But overall, like, it's about as good as a breakoff can get.
Hostiles have the EMP.
One thing we want to be a little bit cautious is like, so we're challenging here, which is already a bit chaotic. If anyone peeks this head glitch or this head glitch who isn't the guy with the bomb, like we're showing our entire body when we could just be sitting like just a half inch behind us, and then we have a nasty head glitch. So it's always something to be cautious on. Like when you watch pro players play, like you'll notice how hard it is to kill them, just because they just give you a sliver. They only want to show as little as possible. So yeah, we move back to the head glitch. When we're jumping forward, this is the worst time to reload because like we're initiating something here. We're initiating a push. We want to play this. Reload before you push, because you're gonna see this guy come in here and we just have to back off. But then we're just holding this no man land position. Luckily, we recognize it pretty quickly. But like, you don't want to be caught in those places. You want to keep moving to these power positions. So you're looking at this head glitch here. You're looking at this head glitch here. Like, you just want to be sliding into these positions that just make it easy for you to cover your body.
EMP location.
Yeah, like we did our job in the end. We got our 1 kill. Like at minimum, we're getting our trade. Again, we're sitting in this, like I'm always gonna call it the same. It's what I call a no man land position, because you're exposing your entire self. And if someone, like, let's say top blue challenges you, or if this guy on P1 repeaks you, there's no way for you to get to cover in these spots, you always want to have an option to slide or jump or whatever, like some way in which to get to cover. Because you have 10 bullets right now. You could, like, if two people challenge you, you're not going to be able to kill both of them. So you are inevitably going to die in this spot. So you just want to always think about where, like even if you just slide to this head glitch, or if you just push into this mid cut area, it's just somewhere in which you have more cover.
The overload device is under hostile control.
Perfect. We drop all 4. Now we're just moving up.
Device acquired. Transported to the enemy zone.
Love that, Chal. Absolutely love it.
We overloaded the control.
Dying here is fine. Once we get the objective, dying on it is completely fine.
Located new EMP device.
I love how you recognize both of your teammates are pushing up forward, so you try to block the flank. Like, great positioning so far for that. Now we have 3 on our left. I don't mind pushing with them in this case. You end up pushing mid, which is fine. But again, it's the top blue positions that's hard just to challenge within those mid areas. Like, I can see, like, you're also paying attention to, like, if there's a guy in this window, you're just in such a vulnerable position. It's not something that you're just going to get for free probably in the higher ranks. So you just got to be cautious of that.
Enemy control station overloaded.
Great trigger finger. So now that the thing has been overloaded, ball resets, ball's resetting in the 3rd position. We immediately have to start wrapping back. With the AR, we can hold this. It's not like the worst position. It's just if we're not confident that we can get at least 2 of these kills as they're crossing, what's going to happen is they're going to have a 4v3, and you're not going to be able to get back in time. So I actually don't mind, like, we'll just move the 1 here. So what happens is when you cap here, it's going to go into this 3rd position. The route that you're probably looking at taking, from my experience, is right of going here, and you're just running all the way back. And you're probably landing somewhere around here in which you want to take these gunfights head on, because you don't want to get stuck behind the ball. If you have an SMG, it's a bit different. If you have an SMG, then you're probably running here, and you're sitting top blue. You're trying to get the picks here. They're spawning in the back when you initially get this in. So they're going to be pushing through this way. Then once you kill them, they're spawning on the other side, which is exactly what you want to happen. Just with the AR, though, it's going to be very difficult if you have to push this flank. These are all going to be close quarter engagements. That'll just make it more difficult.
New overload device available. We picked up the device.
That's just a case of ammo management. Nothing big. You just gotta be careful with that. One thing, it's such a small thing, but I'm gonna comment on it just because it'll save you at some point. You hesitate here. If the guy with the ball decides to run over here, let him. Your first objective is to get into the position to defend the point. Because if he's not running in this direction and he sprints this way, you stopping even just for the 1 second is delaying your ability to defend the point. So now we're looking, it's likely going to reset, and it's likely coming to this right side. So that's one thing here, where instead of... So yeah, they end up grabbing it instead.
Hostiles overloaded our controls.
That's one thing in like where you went wrong likely starts here. So the ball's got 5 seconds to reset. You kill the guy mid, and you push forward in mid. What you've done is there we go. So you play this position, and you've pushed forward. You've left this entire lane open, in which he runs and grabs. Your teammates are all over on this side of the map. They are expecting you to cover this lane, but unfortunately, you just missed the read and you push forward. It's a small thing. It's not, the end of the world, but that's a position in where you could look at it and like that was your job to cover.
Hostiles overloaded our control station. New EMP device available. Protect our zones. They have the overload device.
So for keeping track of kills here, we now know, that's 4 down. Took a little bit, but we know, they're all at least on their side of the map. I do see you like to hold this position. It's not a horrible one. I think it's the timing. You're holding it for quite a long time, and the issue is you are giving. If you look at the mini map here, uh, you're giving all this space out for free. If anyone's playing this motel side, you're visible to them. They're going to be able to peek and see either your name tag, your head. If they're up top motel, they're going to see your entire body. But you are exposing yourself to this entire lane. What I prefer to do is instead of just straight ironing this, is sliding between them, just so you can peek both. Being able to just have, if you're able to control the movement and just do it quick enough, if you can navigate watching both angles, you're covering so much more space. Just playing this defense side.
Hostiles have the overload device.
Yeah, just a few shaky shots there, but everyone gets those.
Our zone has been overloaded.
I like the read.
DC is nearing zero. Close.
I'm going to pause it here just for a quick tip. Nothing to do with the gameplay, though. When we're looking, so right now we're playing on the guild side, team 2. The side that you're looking at that's more favorable is these 2 spawns, the secondary spawns. So every time it's on this plain side, this is the side in which your team has the advantage. It's a lot easier to cap this way than it is this way. And similarly, on the other side, if you're playing on the blue team here, this third spawn is more beneficial. It's a lot easier to cap this than it is for this. So always be aware of the fact that like your team and being able to control this side is better in the long term. Like knowing which is more beneficial, because like even when you're grabbing the MP, if you're grabbing it in this third position, don't be afraid to just wrap back and reset this way. Pushing this side is a lot quicker because the second you get 2-3 dead here, you just sprint forward. It's simple as that. You just run. Uh, but if you're playing this side and trying to push, even if you get 2-3 dead, there's someone able to watch the cross, and if you can't do it quick enough, they spawn here, and it's very easy to just jump up and immediately get back into that fight. Where pushing from this side, it takes a while for them to be able to actually see anything. So unless they know their nade spots, you're able to get that free cap when you do it. So just something to consider is just which sides are good to play on. So if you're the blue team, you're looking at this B objective, and if you're the red team, you're looking at this A objective with the 2 spawn. Another thing that's really fun with this map is just when you're holding the ball, what are the positions in which you can confuse the enemy team? And what I mean by that is you're going to get the notification every 3 seconds or so of the location of the guy holding the ball. So when you're the red team, I find the best spots to hold uh, is assuming your team has map control and everything. Like let's say you have a guy P1, you have a guy maybe here, and anywhere else in the map. If this guy's holding the bomb, sitting here is great. Just even for a few seconds because it gives you the option of either going back here and resetting, pushing through mid, or pushing through this way. The defensive team gets stuck into these positions in which they have to wait until you make a decision, and that gives your team free control over gaining this map control. What ends up happening is like 4 can move up to here, 1 moves up, 3 moves back into this position or something, and then you can then move over. And the only reason this works is because in this position, they can't, send all their team down one lane and just try to chow you out. Because if they do, they're just going to overextend. You can run the other way, and now you're in way too favorable a position. So when you're the red team, I really love sitting here and just for a few seconds, just to stall the blue team and allow my team to push up more. I'm going to reset this. If I'm the blue team, it's a bit different. You definitely do need more map control if you're going to stall and make things confusing. The position I really love to sit in if I have the ball is in this mid cut spot. They are almost always going to spawn in this back corner unless you get unless you have a teammate if you have a teammate here, then they'll spawn over here. But for the most part, they're going to spawn in this back corner. So sitting here is really interesting because it forces them to wait. You'll have 2 people that will be forced to go to B just to block it. And then you'll have at least 1 or 2 that have to play towards this green area just in case if you run this way because they will not be able to catch you. And what ends up happening is you split the defense in pretty much a 2v4 in whichever way you go. So if you have more teammates set up over here, obviously you're going to start to run this route. And by the time, like, the number 3, he'll likely get back into the play within time, but you're at least making sure one of them will be out of the play because they're just forced to watch it. What will end up happening a lot of the times is once you decide to run this route, one will try to rush the flank. And if you're quick enough, it just removes them from the play because by the time they get to this mid cut and can see you, your team's already pushed through and you can just turn this corner and he will not get this cut off. It happens so often. Uh, you wouldn't believe it if you can just play it right. Another great route on this map. Just resetting here. If number 2 has the ball here, I love also, if you're pushing this route here, going into the top window, forcing them all to push back, and then you run right through this broken, jump out, and run right to B. Because the second you get into this top area, you're so close to A, but you're also so far away. Getting out of this window and actually landing onto the point is an extremely difficult thing to do if you have more than 2 people watching it. So what I ended up doing, and it works swimmingly, is just rushing. And like this has to do with just speed. You have to be sprinting through this and you just rush through broken and run right to B. It's a beautiful play. Try it out if you're ever in the opportunity to do it.
Close the deal. We picked up the EMP.
Yeah, it looks like we recognized the flank. We just got terrible timing. Nothing we can do about it.
Overload device reset. Move to secure.
So you start running mid, which is an interesting play. I think the one thing to consider, especially once we get down to that 30-second time clock, is once it hits into overtime, whoever's controlling the ball is the only team able to score next. Like they're the only ones that have the opportunity to do something. So when we're playing this, I actually would prefer if you stayed here, held the position, because someone has to grab this bomb. You cannot allow the enemy team to grab it for overtime because you're just giving them one more opportunity when it could have been yourself. So like just don't lose control over the ball if you don't need to. But again, we ended up running in and we just died in no man's land. Ah, you got the cap though.
Influence promotion prospects.
One thing as well, especially like start of the round here, just throw your trophy down somewhere. Just just throw it. Even if it's not the best spot, the main thing is just learning to throw it and just getting used to the fact that it's like somewhere on the map is better than nowhere. All right, we ended up ripping them.
Device acquired. Transported to the enemy zone.
Yeah, so we likely won't get the timing for it, but I don't mind the push. You just have to do it at some point just to reset the map. Yeah, you can see again, you almost got caught there. I don't mind this chow here at first, but it's the sliding so far out and then giving it up. You either got to push to P1 or just don't overextend it like that. Because, yeah, you're just finding yourself in these difficult positions. All right, got a little bit lucky with the hip fire, but we'll take it. Ah, yeah, unfortunate corner.
Hostiles have the
Yeah, your team, like, that's a situation in which your team just didn't understand what was going on. You were the only one playing by the ball. Nothing you can do about that.
overload device is under hostile control. Enemy EMP.
Yeah, and that's how quickly this game mode can change. You did nothing inherently wrong there. You were the one trying to block the ball and everything. Your team was just trying to get random kills. It's an unfortunate thing that happens no matter what the rank is. The only advice I can say is continue to play like this. Play behind the ball when you're on defense and try to play in front of it when you're on offense. In here, like this is another situation. We're playing mid. Hypothetically, if we're looking at the mini map, if someone grabs this, all three people here are out of position. Just play the simplest thing I can say is just always try to be on the side of the ball.
Located.
Some unfortunate team kills.
We have the overload device.
Yeah, so this is one of those times that I can mention. Again, you just want to make sure that you are a tough player to kill. You know their positioning. You know there's going to be at least one in this area, and based off the minimap, you know there's one over on this side as well. Full peeking like this is instant death. Uh, you're not going to be able to beat both of them. They're just looking. They're too far away from each other. They're not going to line up. So many things. If instead, when you're running into this, just peek this head glitch. Chow the first guy. The guy to your left isn't an active problem. You just instead chow this first guy. Simple as that. Just make the head glitch yours. Because right now you're just giving them free opportunity to shoot your entire body.
Protect our zones. They have the overload device.
Similar thing, yeah. Honestly, a lot of these deaths are just due to the fact that you're just not giving yourself the cover, just utilizing the map properly. Because like right here, you're doing it perfectly. Use that head glitch.
Device acquired. Transported to the enemy zone. Overload device successfully delivered.
I love staying up here. Yeah, you don't wrap back. I would almost say you're pushed too far up now. Personally, I think just move a little bit back, just to give yourself that buffer with the SMGs. Yeah. Just too many players. Your team ended up dying. But no, you played it very well.
Hostiles have the EMP.
Yeah, no comments, really. Yeah, give up that gunfight.
We picked up the device.
I'm gonna reach out from this area again. Even that was just so much better. Did you get the kill? No. Did you at least get some damage in? 100%. And then, that's just an improvement on its own. I am noticing a lot, though, like these kinds of jumps and chows and everything. You want to play for the information before it's too late. Because you're going to see, the ball's back here, but two players are front blocking them. You're challenging this with an AR, and it's not the best position for you to be in. What I would recommend is recognize, like, if you're a full-time AR player, it's a lot easier because you don't have to switch between them. If you're a flex, you just have to recognize when it's an SMG chow and when it's an AR chow. Because I would have preferred if you slid to the left here and played more towards these steps here and just try to use the natural cover.
You're almost out of time. Buckle down and take this. We picked up the EMP.
Nice read. Yeah, I think we got a little bit tunnel visioned on the ball there. I love this, though.
We have the overload device.
Hey, the pistol shots are great. I'll give you that. You set up everything for your team there. That was perfect. Now what we need to be doing is just blocking this ball. Just making sure they cannot touch it. I would throw a stun, I would throw a nade, just anything to make sure they can't touch.